Hey guys, today I'm doing the Bookstore Book Tag, which I first saw on Fairy Drug's channel. I'll leave her down below. She's a fantastic booktuber. You have to check her out. I'll also leave the creator's video down below. That was basically Brit. She's fantastic as well. I've only just found both these girls and they are so great. You need to check them out if you haven't already. So this tag is basically about the experience of walking through a bookstore, and as I work in a bookstore I really like this idea, and so all the questions are based about the different experiences and things that happen whilst you're in a bookstore. So the first question is the beginning of the bookstore. You walk into a store and instantly feel happy. Name a book with a perfect beginning. So for this one, I'm picking Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This book, just from the get-go, I knew this book was going to be cute and fantastic. It starts off in Paris with our main character Anna starting at a new boarding school. She's an American student in a Paris school, and it was just so cute and adorable. I knew just from the cover and everything that it was going to be fantastic, but the beginning really told me that it was going to be a great book. Question 2, the sad moment when they don't have the book that you were looking for. Name a book that made you bawl your eyes out. Okay, so for question 2, the first book that came to mind was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. This is a very battered version of the book. As you can see, the cover is pretty much falling off. But I cried so many times throughout this book. Multiple characters die in this book and I was just crying the whole way through. Question 3, that moment where you're just looking around and find a book that speaks to you. Name a hidden gem. So for this one I'm going with I, Coriander by Sally Gardner. This is a book that I've never seen on BookTube before, so it's definitely a hidden gem. I was actually recommended this by a friend, but it's set in the 1600s, I believe, about this girl. She's living in London in the time of Cromwell's reign, and this girl finds out that she can enter stories, I believe. It's fantastic. It's a historical fiction with a weird sort of gothic fantasy element to it. It's like a magical realism set in the 1600s. It is so good. I haven't seen anyone read it, so please pick it up. I need someone else to have read this so that I can speak to them about it. So if you or anyone you know has read this book and liked it, please comment down below what your or their thoughts are. Question 4, that moment where you find the book you've been looking for. Name a book that you've waited months and months for. So for this one I'm going with The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. So I read the Bone Season about 2 years ago now and I loved it, and I was like, where's the second book? Give it to me now. And it wasn't out for like a year or so. And then I had to wait for the paperback copy because it had to match my Bone Season copy. So I was waiting for a very long time. It finally came out and I still have not read it. So sometime throughout this year I plan to reread the Bone Season and then get to the Mime Order. But yeah, this is one of the books that I recall waiting for the longest. Question 5, that moment when you see a book with a gorgeous cover and you just have to have it. Name a book that you bought purely based on the cover. So for this one I'm probably going to go with The Archive by Victoria Schwab. I haven't read this yet, but this book is just absolutely stunning. The back's got a house on it and I just love the sort of cloudy, watery look with the face and the key, and it's got that buttery texture. End papers are just absolutely stunning. So yeah, I definitely bought this book because of its gorgeous cover. The book idea definitely intrigued me, but I saw this book and I was like, I have to have this. Question 6, that moment where you have to spend a lot of money on a book but you're very happy about it. Name a book that made you suffer but you're still happy about it. So for this question I'm definitely going to go with the collector's edition of the Harry Potter books. I believe that's what they are. They're done by Scholastic and I think they're the like UK collector's edition or something. I'm not exactly sure, but this box set was very expensive, but it was so worth it. My other Harry Potter books, as you saw previously, are falling apart. I needed a new one and I'm like, if I'm gonna buy a whole series from the get-go, I'm gonna buy a real nice copy. So I have these gorgeous copies and the spines make Hogwarts. This is definitely worth it even though it was very expensive. Also, that question just reminds me of Harry Potter. You know when they're like, so you're gonna suffer but you're gonna be happy about it in the 3rd movie? It just always makes me think of Harry Potter when I see this question on other people's channels, so now it's on mine. So the last question is walking out of a bookshop and feeling super happy or excited about it. Name a book with a perfect ending. So for this question I'm gonna go with Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This book I was sort of iffy about when I first started it. I was like 50 or 100 pages in, still was unsure if I was gonna like it. but then all of a sudden it sort of started to go places, got a bit creepy, there was a lot of mystery involved, and then the twist at the end came around and it made the book so worth it. I loved this book. It is a period classic, I'd say, sort of, I think it was written in the 30s, and I absolutely adore it. If you haven't read this book and you do enjoy classics, please pick it up. Even if you don't enjoy classics, if you like things like Agatha Christie or mysteries or anything like that, I think you'd really love this book. Just stick with it. The first couple of pages are a bit slow, but it gets so much better. It's so worth it. Okay, so last of all, I'm going to tag a few people, or maybe just one. I'm going to tag Proud Bookaholic. I will tag her down below. She is a Bulgarian YouTuber, I believe, who does book videos in English, and I just think that's awesome. Like, she's super young. I'd say she's about my age, if not younger, and she speaks another language and reads books in another language, and I just think that's totally awesome. She's a newish booktuber, and as I'm new, I'm trying really hard to promote other new booktubers, and yeah, I just think she is absolutely gorgeous. She's so good at what she does, and she deserves so many more subscribers than she has, so please check her out, and hopefully she'll do the tag. Right, thank you so much for watching. Please comment any other tags you'd like me to do down below. I will let you know that I'm considering doing a bookshelf tour, so if you would like that, please also let me know that down below. And yeah, I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic February. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.